Okay, so today we're gonna go through a day of eating on a cut for me. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna start with is my breakfast. So I have one egg. Partially this is just for calories because as you can see, I have egg whites behind me. I gotta wash my hands quick. And the reason I use egg whites is because, well, they are just way lower calorie. Way lower calorie. Like, I'm gonna put the macros for this entire breakfast on the screen, but egg whites are just so much lower calorie, and I'm literally just gonna be making scrambled eggs. Now, if you're wondering why I put one egg in, it's because personally, this is gonna sound so stupid, but I prefer the color of my scrambled eggs to like be more like when there's actually an egg in it. So I do literally one egg, literally just for the coloring. So it adds probably an extra like 50 calories, but like that's not the end of the world. So then I got the egg whites, which are 25 calories for 3 teaspoons, which is about an egg. And then I've measured it out in the past, but I don't really measure out most of the things I make anymore, just because I kind of can eyeball it and know about where I am. I try and add about 3 eggs. So that's gonna be about 3 eggs. Now, if I'm a little off, it's a little off. It's, for me, it's more just like whatever, because I'm not trying to be the top 1% right now. If I were, I would be obviously measuring everything. But then I add some pepper, some scrambled eggs. I feel like this would be considered a lot of pepper, but I like it that way. Now for the pan, it's gonna be the same thing that, oh wait, you guys didn't see that yet. I recorded it, but you guys didn't see it. There's a bonus meal at the end, and in that I used butter. I personally like buttering the pan rather than spraying it for not everything, but a good amount of things. So I'm gonna let this butter heat up, mix this together a little bit. You know, this is gonna be scrambled eggs. This entire thing's gonna be, if I did about 3 eggs worth, that's gonna be 75 calories with an egg, which is about 70. So about 150 calories. Probably go up a little bit because of the butter. So maybe say, just round up and say 200 calories. Because I was like, I always round up when I'm, because I like guesstimate like how many calories and things. I just round up everything. So if something's like 30 calories, I'll usually just say it's 50. If something's 80, 90 calories, it's 100. And like, I'll do that for everything in my meal so that while I'm cutting, if anything, I overestimate, and then I'm still fine. All right, so that butter is pretty much melted. So I'm gonna put this on like low heat and get this in there. And also, like, you definitely could use like a non-stick cooking spray, but personally, I just like the way it tastes so much better when you add the butter in. So I like to add the butter in. And it's also like little bits of butter aren't gonna kill you. If I had a whole stick, yeah, it's probably not good, but little bit's not gonna kill me. The other thing I have with my breakfast, because I like to work out right after the morning, so I don't normally use this brand. I normally use Sigis, which is 120 calories per serving and has 5 servings. So I would save some calories, but the store I was at didn't have it. This is just Greek yogurt. I'm gonna be honest, I personally do not like this brand, but I bought it and so I'm gonna finish it. But, so I'm gonna have, it's about half a thing of Greek yogurt. So I'm gonna stir it a little bit just because if you've ever had Greek yogurt, it kind of like settles overnight and looks a little gross in the morning. I don't know. So I do that, and then we're gonna throw some of these strawberries in, just a few. Like, I do enough to usually like coat the top, kind of. And these are all halved, so like maybe 4, 5, 6 total strawberries, like if they weren't cut. Nothing crazy. And then the last thing is I just do a little honey drizzle over it. So the reason I have this in the mornings though is because I noticed I used to just have eggs for breakfast, right? And when I was doing that, I would be so exhausted after my workouts, like mentally. I was just drained. Like, I wouldn't even be that I would be pretty physically tired because I just lifted, like, not like absurd, but then I just couldn't do anything. So I realized it was because I wasn't having carbs before my workout. So that's why I have that. But yeah, this is the entire meal. I'm just gonna keep going with these scrambled eggs and making them, but it's a really simple breakfast. As I said, I'm gonna put the macros on the screen, but I believe it should be somewhere around like 700 calories, 600 to 700, somewhere around there. Nothing crazy. It's very high protein because you get the equivalent about the protein of like 4 eggs plus the Greek yogurt and everything. I believe it's around 50 grams of protein. I'll put that on screen as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, I will catch you guys in the next meal. Catch you there. Okay, so as you can see, I have Chipotle in front of me. I didn't think to defrost chicken yesterday to record this, so I don't have chicken to make the meal I was gonna make, but I'm defrosting chicken right now so I can make the dinner that I'm gonna show you guys. But I'm just gonna record what I would have made for lunch today, tomorrow, and then throw it in the video. But I will show you guys my Chipotle bowl. I believe it's about 700 calories, but let's read it. So double chicken, white rice, fajitas, pinto beans, pico, medium green, which honestly don't even know what that is, but I've mobile ordered this order all the time and I love it. Sour cream and cheese. So that's my order. As I said, I'll throw the macros up. Honestly, it works really well on a cut. It's not a crazy amount of calories. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it for this part then. Let's go Ohio State. We're gonna beat Texas tonight, and then we're winning the Natty against Notre Dame. Yeah, that's it. All right, I'll catch you guys at dinner tonight. Catch you there. Okay, so we're here for the last meal. So this one, I'm just gonna be making a quesadilla. So I make 2 quesadillas because I'm hungry. So that's pretty simple. I use the Mission tortillas. I will say, if you can get these protein tortillas, they're so much better. So because these have 7 grams of protein, where these have 6. Well, I didn't realize it was literally only a gram off. But still, like if you can get an extra gram of protein, why not? And then especially when you're having like multiple of them, like it'll add up something. So might as well get the protein ones. And to me, I think they taste exactly the same. They look a little different, but I don't care. So with this, it's literally going to be 4 ingredients. And like you saw in some clip, I don't know which one. Maybe it's the next one. Well, either way, I'm just going to steam broccoli, which I literally just throw in a thing and steam it. Like, it's really simple. So for this, though, I'm going to put cheese on the bottom. Enough to, like, coat it, kind of. We'll say I don't normally buy this brand of cheese, and this is, like, really stringy and connected. But I cover it about halfway. That's a lot of cheese. So, because I poured so much, I'll probably just put some on the side and then grab that back later when I do the next part, which will be putting cheese on top. So yeah, just nice coating. I will say, be careful with how much cheese you use, because cheese does have a lot of calories in it. So that's the one thing that can like genuinely spike this meal up. But we're just going to disregard how overcooked this chicken was because I was not paying attention. I will say though, if you're someone who's going to cook a lot of your meals, pre-cooking chicken like this is so nice because it saves me so much time when cooking. Like if I had to wait, I overcooked that, but it took me probably about 25-30 minutes to make yesterday or 2 days, whenever I made that. But like that's a lot of time to just be waiting every time you're trying to make something. That's why I just pre-make chicken, throw it in the fridge, and it's ready. And like it heats up. Obviously this batch I overcooked, but to me, I don't taste a major difference. And because I'm throwing the chicken in stuff anyway, it's not like the chicken is just being eaten on its own. It really doesn't matter if it's like slightly drier, to me at least, because it's going in something anyway. Like I don't taste how dry the chicken is normally. This batch I will because it's so dry, but let me wash my hands quick. Okay, yeah, so now I'm just going to add this cheese on top. If you're wondering why I put the cheese on top, it's so that the top of it sticks. Because I like making 2 quesadillas like this. I think it's just easier to cut, and it usually, oh, that's a lot. And it usually stays together better. All right, that's a lot of cheese, but we'll just put a little over here and deal with it. I would not normally use that much cheese. So I'm going to throw the macros up on screen, but I will say I find it easier to make 2 separate ones like this, because obviously I could have just put these on top of each other, the tortillas, and done like a full one, but I think it's easier like this. Push it down. I've been preheating the oven this entire time, so I'm going to throw this in the oven, but I flip it once it looks brown. But outside that, this is the salsa I use, Tostitos. I literally just steam broccoli. That's it. So I'm going to throw the macros on screen, but that's pretty much it. All right, let's get into whatever's next because I don't really remember. Get you there. Okay, so we are here for my dinner now. So I'm going to be honest, I don't even know what to call this, but it's like rice. It's basically just like the simplest gym meal, chicken broccoli rice, but like with a little more flavor so it tastes a little better. So the first thing I'm going to do, because this takes the longest, is I'm going to spray some olive oil in here. And that literally is just to make so the rice doesn't stick like crazy in there. So I'm going to take this rice. Now this is going to be about, as I told you earlier, like I don't actually measure, but this is going to end up being about a serving and a half of rice. So I'm going to add some water. You add like just enough that like all the rice is kind of like floating in the water. I don't know. I'm not here to give you the instructions. I'm just here to give you like the meal itself, what it is. All right, so we're gonna throw that on high. Once it boils, you put the lid on, simple. So the only other things that are literally in this at all is I have chicken here that I cut up because I just made some chicken. I don't know if you can see that in the frame. Frozen broccoli, just gonna steam that. It'll be easy. And then once I get it all in the pan together, I'm gonna throw in a little bit of soy sauce and teriyaki sauce, mix it all together, and that's literally it. Like it's all gonna be hot because that chicken I just cooked, so it's hot. You steam the broccoli, it's gonna be hot. That's gonna be hot. Literally just mix it all together for literally like a minute. If you wanna throw in like an egg or two, like I have done that before. I don't do it often. Personally, I don't like it as much. I don't know. There's something about the flavor of the egg that I like. It's not awful, but like I'm just not a big fan of it. And there's a sauce I use. Let me go get that quickly. All right, so I do put, I don't really care what brand it is, but spicy mayo on top of this is so good. It is so good. We'll say, be careful with how many calories you're adding. Like this one's 40 calories for 1 teaspoon. I'm sorry, 1 tablespoon. So like if I'm doing like a drizzle over this entire bowl, that's already like probably a serving or two. And then if I do more, like it's gonna add up. Like I'd say I probably use about 3 servings of this while eating this. Luckily today I'm almost out of this, so I can't really add too much. But you know, that's pretty much this meal. I'll throw the macros on screen now, but that's literally it. Like it's such a simple meal. Because I'm literally just gonna mix this all in the pan. I don't really need to show you all that, but I will show you guys a picture at the end of what it looks like. I'll pop that up on screen now with the macros, but that's pretty much it. So let's get into the bonus meal. Okay, so here for the bonus meal now. So the first thing I'm gonna do is we're basically just gonna be making the steak right here. So first thing I'm gonna do is get some butter in the pan because we need something so that it doesn't stick to the pan. All right, I'm gonna throw this on high so the butter melts pretty fast. Next thing I'm gonna do, I have no clue why you do this. My mom just told me to do it and I trust her. So I'm gonna get a little bit of salt in the pan. So just a little bit. Then we're gonna leave this over here. Now, this meal, literally just one other thing while that butter's melting. I have some frozen broccoli. I'm gonna steam that, but I know this is gonna take a little bit. So I'm gonna wait. If you see this thing over here, this honestly one of like the nicest things to cook with if you have one, because what it does is it allows the a lot of the heat to stay in, and also it just makes it so it's not as smoky. Because like whenever I make, because I'm using like a cast iron pan right now, I just feel like it tastes better when you do that, when you use the pan, right? But a lot of the times, like, it just gets really smoky. Like, especially at school, I've set off my fire alarm multiple times just because I was trying to make a steak. So, like, having this is honestly just so nice. So, overall, this is going to be another pretty low-calorie meal because this steak is a little under a pound. It's 0.94 pounds. So, I don't know the exact amount of calories. I will put that up on the screen, though. But if you just have the steak, now you could always have some carbs with it. Personally, I'm not crazy hungry tonight, so I'm not gonna have like any rice or potatoes. I I have rice. I don't have potatoes or anything. But if you wanted to, go for it. But make sure that it's still going to fit in with how much you're eating, because that's what's going to add most of the calories to this meal realistically. Like if I had to guess, this is probably 400 calories, something like that. Not 100% sure, but that would be my guess. Okay, so now I have to obviously season it. So literally all I use though is obviously I have the butter in the pan, but I don't know. My mom said she got this from our like cousin or something. I don't know. I could believe they have like, it's a side of family that I don't know as well, but I believe they have like a garlic farm. And this is garlic salt. And I had a steak with this on it the other day. It's strong, this stuff, but it is so good. So I'm gonna set this on top and literally just let it cook for, honestly, I can't tell you the times. I've just kind of guessed and gauged it over the amount of times I've cooked steaks. I have no clue. But yeah, no, this is the last meal. It's really simple. So it's literally just the broccoli and the steak. This will probably take like 10 minutes to cook, nothing crazy. All right, so that is the last one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you especially like the bonus meal. This honestly is might be my favorite one in the video, not sure. But I'm gonna throw in the end screen one of my old cutting videos from a while ago. So if you want more meals, you can have some there. But I hope you guys enjoyed once again. Send this to anyone else who's trying to cut. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch you next Sunday at 5 p.m. Catch you there.